It don't matter 'cause I'm steady.
Toronto for this one from north of the border. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the motto in Canada is we the North. There's only one direction the Raptors are going right now.
And everything. It doesn't matter what the battle cry is. This team is ready.
There's a great thing going on right now here in Ontario. Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. Gets to the basket and scores.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Hart to Simmons. Here comes the screen. Harris. They go down low to Simmons. He throws it down.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Lowry. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Beyond the arc for three. Another chance. Deep left corner. Pascal Siakam to Gasol. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Lowry, he was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Simmons with it. They lead it. 4-point game. Curling inside. Marc Gasol with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Lowry. His first quarter struggles from deep continue. It's no good. Five to shoot for Toronto. Lowry, well, their first three, and they're right back in it within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those to drop earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
Marc Gasol sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
So Lowry has a look. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. To Powell. And count the basket inside.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Powell. Baseline drive. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Trying to cash in. Not going down for him this time. Stevenson. To Powell. Short jumper misses.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Powell. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Harris to Simmons. For 3. The Raptors able to clear the board. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Sixers have the basketball. Simmons to Josh Hart. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Powell to Stevenson. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Simmons with it. 5-point game. Harris to Embiid. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Stevenson. Over to the right side. It's good. And one.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Sixers control it. Simmons to Tobias Harris. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Stevenson. Gets it in the right corner. Powell. Lets it fly from long range. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Here's Simmons with it up top. They trail by 7. To Embiid. Harris. And the nice finish at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Goes to the left side. To Stevenson. Powell. Gets it in the left corner. To Stevenson. Fires the 3. He made his first effort, but not that time. Harris goes to the right side. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
To Stevenson. Powell. Simmons into the front court. Down 2. Hart to Embiid. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Corver. Nice finish at the rim.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Now a pass stolen by the Sixers. Count it.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Wesley Johnson snatching it out of the air. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Wesley Johnson. Corver. Oh, they call the foul.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Corver. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
To Powell. Here's a chance from long range. Tough shot for Norman Powell. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Now a steal by Philly. Can't connect from in close. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
I'm a little bit disappointed in the celebration right there, Ed. I mean, live your best life. I want to see a little bit more passion on the next play.
To Powell. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Stevenson. To Powell. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Off the assist.
Now, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but you have to take it one possession at a time. You have to continue to chip away. It hasn't been the best first quarter, but if you get a couple more of those to drop, you'll find yourself right back in this ballgame.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
For 3, very little's gone right in this first quarter, but with that 3, you look at the scoreboard, they're back within 9.
And Ed, Rome was not built in one day. You can't rush the process. Just keep chipping away. Chip, chip, chip.
And he scores. Jay took a big step, but they'll count the bucket.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
And he dunks it down for 2.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Toronto with the basketball. Fires the 3. That's rebounded by Philadelphia. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Powell. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Nilikina to Embiid. And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes. Substitution.
Has a chance. Deep two there. Won't go.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
So Lowry. Alec Burks. To Lowry. From long range. And Kyle Lowry still able to get it to go down after the closeout.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Knocked loose. Taken by the Raptors. He'll put it up at the buzzer. He can't get it to go. No good. Time runs out here in the first quarter. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. And one. Embiid, good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a three-point play. Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Embiid's free throw, good. A three-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. To Lowry. To shoot for Toronto. Lowry. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Simmons. Pascal Siakam swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Lowry. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. To Lowry. Has a look. Lowry with a shot that's no good.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Kyle Korver's got 2 shots coming. Career 88% from the line. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. It's the Raptors with the basketball. Runners good there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Into the front court comes Simmons. It's a 9-point lead. Driving right to the basket. Marc Gasol tips it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Lowry. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Keenan into the front court. Up 6. Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Beyond the arc for 3. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
4-3. Cleans it up to Alec Burks. Lets it fly from long range. No good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And stuffs it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Lowry to Alec Burks. Lowry to Alec Burks. Lowry. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. The rebound comes down to Toronto. Lowry into the front court. They're down 3. Fires the 3. Buries it.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Keenan with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Embiid to Keenan. Keenan slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Lowry to Alec Burks. Going to launch beyond the arc. Another chance. Pascal Siakam to Alec Burks. Here's a chance from long range. Well defended, but Burks knocks it down.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors.
I got ball.
Surveys the floor. Here comes the screen. Lowry. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
To Embiid. Marc Gasol sends it away. 4th this contest.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Sixers call for time. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Philadelphia with the basketball. To Keenan. Here comes the screen. Keenan. Marc Gasol pins it. Ooh, 5 now.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Lowry with it. They lead it. 4-point game. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He continues to light it up from downtown. 5 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and what's shocking, Ed, is that he's gotten so many open looks. Look, stay down in the stance, stay disciplined, stop losing him, stay attached to his hip, and force him to put the ball on the ground off those curls and finish over your bigs.
Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
Sixers have the basketball. Tanilikina. Won't go. Here comes the screen. For 3. Second effort. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot. It's working like that. You got it any way you want it.
And he'll go to the foul line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Frank Ntilikina, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 72%. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. To Van Vliet. Fires the 3. Rebound comes down to Simmons. Simmons with it, trailing by 11. Horford, Tanilikina. That's out. Last touch by Al Horford. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Now pass stolen by the Sixers to Tobias Harris. It goes down.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Lowry. Now a steal by Philly. Marc Gasol with a piece. 8 now.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Lowry. From long range. Textbook defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Pascal Siakam. To shoot for Toronto. Beyond the arc for 3. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Here comes the screen. The drive right to the basket. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. To Stevenson. Pascal Siakam. For 3. Oh, that's how it's done.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
And the 2 for Al Horford getting to the rim.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Lets it fly from long range. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Simmons with it. Down 11. Oh, Ben Simmons. He's 3 for 7.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA Awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Kyle Lowry rejects it. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry.
Wesley Johnson.
Hart. And draws the foul.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. The lead is 11.
Hey, watch the screen.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Gets it in the left corner. Lowry to Van Vliet. Marc Gasol. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Here's Simmons with it up top. His guys currently down by 13. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Van Vliet. Lowry. He engulfed him that time. And throws it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. The Raptors have the lead.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Raptors are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors. The 76ers are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. I love the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impressed me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Philadelphia 76ers,
Game trap. Steals.
we might be enjoying these first half highlights of steals, but I'm sure the coaches won't be in the next film session. Neither of these teams have been consistently able to maintain control of the basketball.
Player of the half.
Lowry is doing everything he can on defense to get the win. He's blocking shots, he's getting steals, and he's setting the tone for his team. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay.
All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Simmons into the front court. His guys down by 9. Marc Gasol able to recover with the block. 9 blocks. Fires the 3. Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense. Into the front court comes Simmons. Looking to make something happen. Kyle Lowry. Huge block. Knocks it down from mid-range.
All right, you got the first bucket of the second half. Now get a stop, because honestly, that's where your troubles were in the first.
Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. The screen sets him up for 2.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Sixers control it. Simmons to Embiid. Screen coming. Simmons to Josh Hart. Driving right to the basket.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's good D. Shot no good. To Van Vliet. Here's a chance from long range. He is yet to hit one tonight. No good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Van Vliet. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. At long last, he missed his first 5 attempts from beyond the arc, but he gets that one to go.
Welcome to psychological warfare, provided he's not taking bad shots. But if I were the defense, I would let him keep shooting it. Make him think about it a little bit more.
To Simmons. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Lowry into the front court. His team on top by 8. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Marc Gasol with the block. It's been a brick wall. 10 blocks on the night.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Fred VanVleet locked in on that one.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Lowry into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. Shot by Anunoby, no good.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
To VanVleet. For three. Message received. Well defended. Kyle Lowry sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Toronto has the basketball. Fred VanVleet. Nothing going here on that drive. Pascal Siakam to VanVleet. Fires the three, drills the three.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Simmons with it. His guys down big. Trying to cash in. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Lowry to VanVleet. From long range. Now that's a contest. Count the bucket for two.
I don't know if a body on him would have prevented that bucket, but it at least would have let him know that you were there.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Probing the defense. Lowry. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Beyond the arc for three. Smothering D. To Tobias Harris. Kyle Lowry snatching it out of the air.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Lowry. Works it. Fred VanVleet.
Hey, clear out. I got this.
4-3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Lets it fly from long range. Can't get the bounce. Fires the three. Offensive and a putback slam.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungrier.
Simmons with it. Trailing by 14. Second effort. Slams it home on the putback.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Here comes the screen. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Their shot by Lowry misses.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Toronto with the basketball. And the basket good at the rim.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Driving is Simmons, but his shot no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Tough shot. Well defended. Here's Simmons with it up top. 14-point deficit. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7. because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Lowry with it. Lead is 12. Tight space with the crossover. Lowry. To Van Vliet. Nothing going here on that drive. Fred Van Vliet. Going to launch beyond the arc. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Cleans it up. Offensive board. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Simmons into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. To Embiid. Korver. Pascal Siakam swats it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Has a chance, gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
I hear so many players talk about, oh, my skill set is this or my skill set is that. How about your skill set is your effort on the defensive end? That's something we don't talk about as much as we need to.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Ben Simmons at the line for 2 shots. He struggled so far, and he connects on the first free throw. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. To Gasol. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Marc Gasol. Time to shuffle things up.
For the 76ers, number 9, Rajon Rondo.
Philadelphia with the basketball. To Horford. Marc Gasol tips it. Make that 11.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
From the outside, no good. Here's a chance from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
To Korver. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
To Gasol. Count the basket at the rim.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
No good.
One of the best-kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Here comes the screen.
You got the screen right.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He was all over him.
In the first half, he pretty much made every single shot. It was magical to watch. But now that you have drawn so much attention, try to get your teammates more involved.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. For 3, that's how you defend. Pascal Siakam. Sizing up the defense. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Shot by Anunoby, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Easy pass to the rim.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Pascal Siakam, they work it down. Stuffs it down with authority.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
To Embiid. Got it.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Alec Burks. Here comes the screen. And strokes it. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets. Third quarter comes to an end. Raptors ball as we get going here in the fourth. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Has a look. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Oh, whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Stevenson, that's his third personal foul. Team foul number 1.
And they called a foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Off the mark on the first free throw. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2.
Screen right, screen right, screen right.
Stevenson. Screen coming. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Fires the 3. Tough shot. He hits.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Tanila Kina. Embiid, good for 2.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Backcourt. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there, but see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer, always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Nothing going here on that drive. From long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
He had such a great first half, but obvious adjustments were made defensively to shut him down, and now he's really starting to struggle.
And a He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Oh, can't do that.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Gasol sends it away. That's 12 now. Hart. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go. Siakam, a bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Into the front court comes Simmons. His guys down 11. Marc Gasol pins it. How about 13? Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Marc Gasol. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Simmons to Josh Hart. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Ben Simmons has got 2 shots coming. He's struggled so far. First try, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Lowry has the basketball.
I got him. I got ball. I got ball. Come on, you got to work around the screen. You're killing me.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
Kyle Lowry with a piece.
Sent a message on that.
Kyle Lowry rejects it. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. Hart. To Embiid.
Watch that cut. Baby, I got you.
5 on the shot clock. Cruises inside for 2.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. To Gasol. Rocking the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Siakam to Lowry. Now pass stolen by the Sixers. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Beyond the arc for three. OG Anunoby is going to get a chance at three here. Not the best career mark, 62%. First free throw is good. Knocks down the second free throw. Three for three. Nice. Knocked loose. Taken by the Raptors. Siakam, strong finish. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
To Lowry. Fred VanVleet. 4-3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Sixers have the basketball. Pascal Siakam able to recover with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
Fred VanVleet to Gasol. Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from long range. VanVleet denied. Have to like the defense. And the finish at the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Over and back. Substitution being made in this one. Simmons to Tobias Harris. Marc Gasol. Huge block. A block machine. 14 of them. Fires the three. No good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Probing the defense. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Pascal Siakam. The shot clock expires. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Simmons to Tobias Harris. Marc Gasol with the block. Elite company now with 15. Manute Bol, Shaquille O'Neal, the only players to land on that number.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Five to shoot. Short jumper won't fall.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
He gets it.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, There's no telling what kind of breakdance move they might hit you with.
I got him. Here we go. You're on the island now.
To Lowry.
Watch cutter.
Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know to scout him.
First try at the line, no good. Missed the second as well. Siakam to Gasol, down low. Oh, he had him there for a second. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Rondo into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. From the painted area, won't go down. To Lowry. Siakam. To Lowry. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Jumper's good.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Toronto has the basketball. New blood coming in for both sides. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Simmons with it. Down by 15. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
First one goes down. 2 for 2 on that trip. Toronto with the basketball. To Stevenson. Oh, had him going there for a second. A drive to the back. Out.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
For the 76ers.
Kyle Korver, couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. Nope, first one does not go. Misses the second as well. To Powell. Nice pass to set things up.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Marc Gasol sends it away. Sweet 16 swats in this one. Wow.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Lowry, just off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Here comes the screen. It's the Raptors with the victory as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors took this down to the wire before getting the win. And how could I not mention all the shots they blocked in this one? You can see the confidence grow with each one, and it really fed into their success as a team. It was a pretty standout way to win. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Toronto Raptors. The 76ers are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Lowry read the defense perfectly, and his teammates reaped the benefits with easy baskets. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here are the upcoming games for the Toronto Raptors. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.
Right now, Sam. 24 hours, cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips, bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detected, don't lie, lie, lie.